Welcome to today's video on 8 diabetes-friendly vitamins that can unclog your arteries. High blood sugar is a major contributor to clogged arteries, and diabetics have a significantly increased risk for heart attack and stroke, making it absolutely vital to arm yourself with as much information as possible when it comes to protecting your heart and arteries. And the good news is, certain vitamins can have an outsized impact. So today we'll explore the most important vitamins as well as the best natural food sources and insider secrets for preparing these foods so that you get maximum benefit. Make sure you subscribe to Diabetics Talk for more practical diabetes information, plus stick around to find out how you can get 3 gifts from us. Okay, let's get into it. Number 8, vitamin B12, also known as cobalamin. Are you feeling a little low on energy? If so, you might consider whether you're getting enough B12. B12 is the one where vegans can have a problem because B12 is primarily found in animal foods. People with diabetes may also be at risk of a B12 deficiency, especially if taking medication like metformin. In fact, a 2009 study suggests that around 20% of type 2 diabetics are low in B12. Vitamin B12 plays an important role in energy metabolism. Deficiency can lead to fatigue, weakness, and neurological problems. It's also vital for nerve function, and as you may know, diabetes can lead to nerve damage known as diabetic neuropathy, which causes tingling, numbness, and more serious problems in the arms, legs, and eyes. Well, vitamin B12 supports the nerves and has been shown to be beneficial in preventing or even reversing neuropathy symptoms. Moreover, vitamin B12 plays a part in the metabolism of homocysteine. Elevated levels of homocysteine are associated with an increased risk of heart disease and artery damage, but B12 comes to the rescue, helping to regulate homocysteine levels and thereby reducing the risk of cardiovascular issues. As we discussed, B12 is primarily found in animal-based products. This can make it challenging for those following a vegetarian or vegan diet. That said, there are a few foods that can help. Algae and mushrooms can contain small amounts of B12. Nutritional yeast is a good source, and some foods like breakfast cereals and plant-based milks are fortified with B12. For non-vegetarians, good sources of B12 include seafood, meats, eggs, milk, cheese, and yogurt. Number 7, vitamin B9 or folate. Folate is involved in numerous biochemical processes, including the synthesis and repair of DNA and RNA. These are key for cell division and growth. Folate is crucial during the early stages of pregnancy as it helps prevent neural tube defects in the baby's brain and spine. For this reason, some countries fortify foods with a synthetic version of folate called folic acid, so that women already have sufficient levels before they get pregnant. That's how important this vitamin is. Like B12, folate also reduces homocysteine levels, keeping arteries flexible and resilient. Additionally, folate plays a role in blood cell production, which is key for proper blood flow and oxygen delivery throughout the body, a process that is often impaired with diabetes. A 2012 study found that in type 2 diabetics, folate levels were about 3-fold lower compared to healthy controls. And if you're a parent, make sure your children are getting plenty of the folate-rich foods we'll discuss in a moment, because research shows that children who get less folate during their younger years are more likely to develop diabetes as they age. Good food sources include citrus fruits, legumes, avocado, leafy greens, asparagus, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, and broccoli. It's worth noting that heat and light can degrade folate, so consume these foods as fresh as possible to preserve their nutrient content, at least some of the time. On that note, consuming a little raw broccoli or cabbage is an extra heart-healthy idea. These veggies contain sulforaphane, which has potent benefits for the heart. In fact, experts describe cruciferous vegetables like cabbage and broccoli as some of the most important foods for protecting arteries. Sulforaphane is only activated when the vegetable is chopped or chewed, and a 2008 study found that when you eat raw broccoli, your body absorbs 10 times as much sulforaphane as when it's cooked. So sprinkle a touch of purple cabbage over your salads, soups, and cooked dishes, and try a little raw broccoli with hummus as a supercharged snack. Are you finding this video useful so far? If so, please hit the thumbs up button. It really helps to spread the word and get this information seen by more people. Number 6, vitamin B6, aka pyridoxine. Vitamin B6, also known as pyridoxine, is a less commonly discussed but incredibly important nutrient. Research shows a complex relationship between vitamin B6 and diabetes. B6 deficiency is believed to contribute to diabetes. While diabetes reduces the ability to absorb B6, it's a vicious cycle. B6 is involved in more than 150 processes that regulate glucose metabolism, DNA function, and neurotransmitter health, making it incredibly important. Studies show that pyridoxine supplementation can lead to improved glucose tolerance in gestational diabetes as well as type 2 diabetes. Studies also suggest that B6 plays a role in blood pressure regulation due to its high-level impact on various metabolic reactions. Furthermore, vitamin B6 deficiency has been implicated in several diseases, including schizophrenia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, epilepsy, and cancer. Excellent sources of vitamin B6 include poultry, fish, legumes, especially chickpeas and lentils, whole grains, especially quinoa, nuts and seeds, especially sunflower seeds and pistachios. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and cabbage also contain small amounts. Okay, let's move on to a super important one for aging gracefully. Number 5, vitamin C. Vitamin C acts as a potent antioxidant, neutralizing harmful free radicals that damage cells. This is especially crucial for people with diabetes as high blood sugar increases free radical damage, which is a major reason why diabetics are more prone to heart attack and artery disease. But vitamin C also has another major benefit for arteries. Vitamin C aids in the production of collagen, the superprotein that acts as the body's scaffolding, providing structure and resilience to every cell in our body. In this way, collagen keeps arteries flexible and strong. But as we age, our body produces less and less collagen, making artery walls vulnerable to becoming brittle and damaged. When artery walls get damaged, the body responds by repairing it with cholesterol and plaque, somewhat like putting a Band-Aid on a cut. It's an immune response that, if it gets out of control, can lead to clogged arteries, heart attack, and stroke. That's why it's so important to keep your arteries flexible and strong. Collagen is key to the process, and vitamin C is the precursor, helping the body to produce the collagen it needs. So as you can see, it's essential to consume sufficient vitamin C as you age. For artery health, antioxidant effects, immunity, and much more. Furthermore, vitamin C assists with iron absorption, especially non-heme iron, the type found in plant foods like dark leafy greens, mushrooms, legumes, whole grains, and nuts. That's why many cultures have a tradition of eating a vitamin C-rich fruit after meals. And what are the best sources of vitamin C? The most common ones include citrus fruits like oranges, lemons, and grapefruit, but you may not know that broccoli, strawberries, red bell peppers, and kiwi fruit are also really great sources. These lesser-known options also have a ton of other benefits for diabetics, so they're great options to include in your regular rotation. One important note before we move on, while grapefruit is a health powerhouse, it's not suitable for everyone. Grapefruit can interact with certain medications, including some used for diabetes and heart conditions. This is due to compounds in grapefruit interfering with enzymes that metabolize these drugs, leading to potentially higher levels in your body. If you're on medication, check with your healthcare provider before adding grapefruit to your diet. Before we get on to number 4, how about those free gifts? Discover an entire world of diabetes-fighting foods with our new book, 10 Incredible Foods That Reduce Blood Sugar. Plus, you'll discover the real reason why type 2 diabetes, obesity, and heart disease are increasing at an alarming rate, and find out what really works when it comes to preventing these illnesses by watching our free diabetes-fighting documentary. Plus, get a free recipe book, Amazing Alternatives to Rice, Pasta, and Bread, which contains over 50 delicious and easy to prepare recipes that the whole family will love. These gifts are free and waiting for you to grab them in the description box below. Now back to our video. Number 4, vitamin B1, also known as thiamine. Like vitamin C, thiamine plays a pivotal role in cardiovascular health. High blood sugar leads to harmful substances known as advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. When proteins or lipids are saturated with sugar, they become glycated, creating nasty AGE substances that damage tissues in the arteries. The acronym is very relevant because AGEs make you age faster. Here's where thiamine steps in. Thiamine helps to prevent the formation of AGEs, thereby protecting the arteries. But unfortunately, deficiency is common in diabetics. So how do we ensure we get enough thiamine? There are a few things to consider. It presents in many foods, such as whole grains, beans, peas, nuts, meat, especially pork, and fish like trout and salmon. However, it's water-soluble, meaning it's not stored well in the body. This makes regular consumption critical to maintain healthy levels. Now, to address this, scientists have developed a fat-soluble version called benfotiamine. Unlike its water-soluble counterpart, benfotiamine is a fat-soluble and is stored in the body for longer periods, offering improved bioavailability and efficacy. Research has shown promising results for diabetics with reduced formation of AGEs, reduced inflammation and oxidative stress, and improved nerve function. Protecting nerve function is particularly important, as 60 to 70% of diabetics have some form of nerve damage. As we touched on earlier, uncontrolled nerve damage leads to diabetic neuropathy, which can cause numbness or pain in the arms and legs, an inability to heal wounds, foot ulcers, blindness, and unfortunately for some people, amputation. Benfotiamine has shown promise in preventing and potentially reversing these conditions, so it can be worth a conversation with your healthcare provider if you're concerned about this. If you want to know more about the signs of diabetic neuropathy or the research on benfotiamine, look in our channel and watch the videos on those topics. Number 3, vitamin 3 or niacin. One of the remarkable properties of niacin is its ability to induce vasodilation, the widening and relaxation of blood vessels, resulting in increased blood flow and improved circulation. This process is crucial for maintaining healthy arteries, healthy blood pressure, and cardiovascular function. Niacin is found in a variety of foods. Excellent sources include meat, particularly chicken, turkey, and pork, fish, such as tuna, salmon, and halibut, whole grains like brown rice, barley, and quinoa, legumes, especially peanuts, lentils, and chickpeas, and nuts and seeds, such as sunflower seeds, peanuts, and almonds. As you can see, there's some overlap in the foods which are most vitamin dense across all categories we're discussing, so be sure to incorporate plenty of them into your diet. Number 2, vitamin D. Vitamin D is vital for anyone with diabetes. Vitamin D directs calcium into bones and keeps it out of arteries, thereby playing a major role in heart disease prevention. Research suggests that vitamin D may also improve insulin sensitivity and blood glucose control in type 2 diabetics. Shockingly, a 2023 study published in the journal Nutritional Epidemiology estimates that about 15% of the global population is deficient in vitamin D. That's roughly 1 in every 7 people. Some foods do contain small levels of vitamin D, including fatty fish like salmon, tuna, and mackerel, beef, liver, eggs, mushrooms, and fortified milks and breakfast cereals. But the fact is, foods aren't great sources of vitamin D. Now, vitamin D supplementation has become a big topic lately, but caution is advised. While some studies have found benefits of supplementation in highly deficient individuals, there are dangers with getting too much vitamin D in supplement form. According to research from Johns Hopkins, taking vitamin D supplements beyond a certain level can cause inflammation associated with the stiffening of blood vessels, actually increasing the risk of heart disease. Therefore, if you're considering vitamin D supplementation, it should only ever be done under the guidance of a medical expert. But the good news is we have abundant free access to all the vitamin D we need from the big ball of energy in the sky. That's right, sun exposure is the best way to get enough vitamin D. When we expose our skin to sunlight, a special type of vitamin D is produced called vitamin D3 sulfate. D3 sulfate from the sun is water soluble, which allows it to move freely in our bloodstream. Furthermore, it's believed to strengthen the glycocalyx layer. This glycocalyx layer is a protective gel layer that shields blood vessels and artery walls from damage associated with high blood sugar. It's also known as the exclusion zone, and it's like the bubble wrap or styrofoam that protects electronics when they're being delivered. Research by MIT senior researcher Dr. Stephanie Seneff found that vitamin D sulfate obtained through sun exposure significantly expands this exclusion zone, bolstering the body's defense against high blood sugar damage and preventing atherosclerosis artery disease. Of course, while vitamin D from sunlight is beneficial, it's essential to remember that moderation is key. You want regular, moderate sun exposure, ideally on the chest without burning. Next, we have our number one vitamin, which actually works synergistically with vitamin D. Number one, vitamin K. Vitamin K may not be as well known as other vitamins, but its importance cannot be overstated. Vitamin K exists in two primary forms: vitamin K1 or phylloquinone and vitamin K2 or menaquinone. Each form plays distinct roles in the body and is found in different food sources. Vitamin K1 is instrumental in the blood clotting process, ensuring we don't bleed excessively when injured. On the other hand, vitamin K2 helps transport calcium from the bloodstream into bones and teeth, while preventing calcium buildup in the arteries. Studies show that people with diabetes often have lower levels of vitamin K, which can accelerate damage to arteries. High blood sugar can promote calcium deposits in the arterial walls, leading to arterial stiffness in clogged arteries, increasing the risk of heart attack and stroke. Vitamin K2 counteracts this process by activating proteins that shuttle calcium to where it's needed, in the bones, and away from where it's harmful, in the arteries. K2 works synergistically with vitamin D. While vitamin D regulates calcium absorption in the first place, vitamin K2 ensures that the calcium is directed to the right places. Okay, so that's the detail. Now, where to get these super vitamins? Vitamin K1 is found in leafy greens like kale, spinach collard greens, Swiss chard, and turnip leafy greens. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cabbage, and Brussels sprouts, as well as green herbs like parsley, cilantro, and basil. It's important to note that vitamin K is fat soluble, so pairing these with a source of healthy fat like olive oil increases absorption. And for vitamin K2, cheese and dairy products are good sources, as well as poultry and meat, especially organ meats like the liver. Fish contains some, as well as grass-fed butter and free-range eggs, especially if the chickens have access to green plants. And finally, fermented foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, miso, fermented pickles, kombucha, kefir, and natto all tend to contain vitamin K. Fermented foods are particularly interesting as they also promote gut-healthy bacteria, which also has knock-on benefits for blood sugar control, heart health, and overall well-being. Okay, there you have it, 8 diabetes-friendly vitamins that can unclog your arteries. Number 8, vitamin B12, 7, vitamin B9, number 6, vitamin B6, number 5, vitamin C, 4, vitamin B1, 3, vitamin B3, number 2, vitamin D, and number 1, vitamin K. We hope you enjoyed this video. Write down the foods we mentioned and make them a regular on your shopping list. Let us know in the comments if you have any questions, comments, or tips to share with others in the community. And make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell button. And don't forget, you can claim your free gifts by clicking the link in the description below or visiting diabeticstalk.com. We want to keep making more informative, research-based videos for you. So if you gained value from this video and would like more of it, you can send us a super thanks by clicking the thanks button at the bottom of the video. We're Diabetics Talk, and it's our mission to bring you the best tips and tricks to help you fight diabetes. Thanks for watching. We hope you're having a diabetes fighting day.